Hello,
Yo, how's
everyone.
it going, guys?
So I'm Programmatic, and I'm here with Bear. We'll be doing commentary for today's race. Today we have TGH versus Nero, which is going to be a very exciting match. This is the #1 runner in the world versus the #2 runner in the world. So it can't get any better than this, to be honest. And not only is Nero the second best character in the world, but I think it's safe to say that he's also maybe the fastest improving player in the world. Like, he kind of just came out of nowhere, and it was pretty impressive. So I'm expecting to see a very close matchup here.
Yeah, Nero definitely rose incredibly fast in the rankings after the 5B route became popularized, was the thing that I noticed.
Yeah, he just like a few days ago, he got 30-25, and now he's like 30-15, right? Or no, I mean 29-15. He
Uh-huh.
got 29-25. So yeah, he's definitely on his way to being the second ever sub 29 runner. And we only started getting sub 30 runners other than TGH like a little over a month ago. So it is pretty cool how people are getting better at this game so quickly.
Yeah, and it's helped by the fact that for not a super common thing that happens in this game, we actually found more large skips. We kind of shot our way down an extra minute by finding the resort demo dash key skip and the consistent 5B double key skip, just skipping keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of these runners will almost certainly be doing that route.
Yeah, there's no doubt that they'll both be doing 2v.
So
We've had a few races where one person does 2v and the other doesn't, which has been interesting. But this might be the first case where both runners are going to confidently be able to take that alternative route.
but yeah, like I noted, Nero has been getting really good tempo times, and that helped him get all the way up to second place where he is now.
All right, so both runners are ready. We'll be starting in just a moment. All right, and we're off. Both runners actually seem to be doing quite different approaches to prologue. Like, I don't think it makes a huge difference, but they seem to be short hopping in different spots. Like, the more important part is that you do as many short hops as possible. So if you can find different ways to do it, it works just as well.
TGH also goes for corner boosts, I believe. He has like slightly different strats. He likes getting those 42s. Was that a
Yeah.
42? That looked close. Like maybe 43 OX. I feel like. Because the timer progresses a little bit after it fades out.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Probably not.
It's really hard to tell without a live split timer just because it always
This is
fades
perfect
out.
sync at the moment, though. This is pretty nice. Given the skill of these two runners, I wouldn't be surprised if this sync went all the way into old site.
This is
Oh,
nice. Oh
never mind.
no!
Forget I said anything.
I'm sad.
Maybe Nero will catch up.
Teej, get stuck on a wall or something, please. We need this. It was so good. Okay,
Oh, no.
no, there was a death to an attempt to even it up, but shifting it in the completely opposite
That's a
direction.
little more than slightly bumping into a wall. Oh no! You missed the corner.
That's actually
That's a really tough
solid
corner
time
to get.
loss.
Yeah. Probably about 2 seconds behind now. Or probably more than that, actually. Maybe like 5.
I mean, from like a good city on these players' strats, that's like a 6-7 second deficit, I think.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad early off.
So yeah, it's about a little more than 5 seconds of a difference right now.
Oh no. Missing the ultra there. There we go.
Okay, now they're only like a second apart. You know, and to be honest, when this tournament started, like when it, in the state that the leaderboards were in at the time, I was thinking, oh, it's obvious TGH is going to win this, but I'm just gonna wonder who's gonna get in second. But Nero went from being like maybe number 10 on the leaderboard to being number 2 over the course of this tournament. So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so he actually is kind of, at least based off of current PBs, getting a bad bracket here.
So I think it's pretty safe to say that whoever wins this race is going to have a very good chance of winning the tournament. Since these are the two best by a pretty significant margin, actually.
And Sushi's on the grind. Give him some time. He'll make it back.
Yeah, he's been improving pretty quickly as well. Yeah, TGH should have quite a bit of a better old site than Nero. They've been spending like no time in the menus as well, so we still have a good IGT sync even after 2 chapters. Whoa, he didn't even need that crystal. He cut an even closer corner on that room. Yeah, teaches a slightly faster strat for that room. Both do the wave dash off that block though. Or maybe Nero did the extended hyper, I didn't quite see.
I saw both of them do it.
Both of them did the extended hyper?
No, the wave dash.
The wave dash? Okay.
Yeah, it's so consistent. It's just like the extended hyper. Just in most cases would not feel worth it, just because you have such a small window to get your dash back.
Yeah. And it's kind of weighing that small window against the slight chance that you'll die if you do the wave dash too slow. But both of the runners are consistent enough to get the wave dash before the fuzzies spawn, which for a while I didn't even know that was possible, so that's pretty cool.
Oh wow.
TGH cutting
really
a very
calm.
close corner in that room.
Uh-huh.
Let's see how close Nero cuts it. Yeah, a little bit slower today. Oh, okay.
Both of them missed that spike jump, actually.
Yeah. And the thing about that spike jump is it's a lot harder to do on your second try because you don't have the transition to line it up. So it's good that they managed to get on their second try at least.
Yeah, walking in from the screen transition, you can kind of just do it slightly after you enter.
Nero went all the way down to the ground in that room before dashing back up onto that platform. Okay, Nero went a little bit faster through books than Tej did, so he's starting to catch up.
Yeah, they're a second apart now, which is good.
Yeah. Oh.
Nero actually has like an amazing resort time.
Yeah.
He's like really good at this chapter.
Ooh, he's a little far to the right. Okay, he still gets his dash back. Or left, I mean. Ooh, and he does the underhanded. He did the underhanded cycle, yeah. That's so tight. And the fact that he's confident to do that in a race just shows how consistent he is. Ooh, Teach having a little trouble in the key room. Nero's ahead now.
See if he can keep that lead. Will either of these players have the guts to go for checkpointless? I want to
checkpointless. They've been pretty consistent with with their demo dashes, but I don't know, in a race?
It's a consistent trick, but it's just like, is the risk worth it?
Oh no, Teach didn't. What happened to his dash? Did he miss the crystal? Did he go under that crystal?
Yeah, that's the thing that can happen. Okay,
yeah.
Nero getting checkpoint full. Yeah, they both got the checkpoint.
Checkpoint full.
They both
took the checkpoint, which is the safe option. But they also both got it first try, so that's good.
Gotta save those 2 seconds. I know. I don't know about Nero. I actually don't remember, but I do know TGH does do checkpointless for PB attempts, just because it's like easy time save kind of early on. I do it as well.
Oh, you go for it now? Ooh, Nero's having a little bit of trouble with this for sure room.
Yeah, given I reset on it a lot, but still. Got it.
There are probably better places to save those 2 seconds if you're not absolutely optimized.
I agree with you.
They're dead even now. This last Oshio room can make a big difference though.
It's a nice little race in this last screen. Oh, okay.
Alright, so is TGH ever so slightly ahead? 8:23. They're ahead by less than a second. It's like 0.7 seconds apart right now. Yeah, 2 deaths for TG, 1 death for Nero, so he does get some time back there.
Yeah, because Nero was 5 seconds behind entering that, so he did save a few.
Yeah, that was a really good resort for Nero. Especially since he lost like 3 seconds to that one Oshiro room that he messed up in.
Hey, but hear me out. If he did checkpointless, he would be ahead. It's a good strat.
It's a good IL strat at least.
Yeah. A tiny fumble getting up the wall in that room puts Nero ahead.
Yeah. So coming up on auto scroller 1. Let's see how they do this room.
You know, I'm getting a certain kind of vibe from this race.
Oh,
And that
didn't line with that.
Whenever you have a race like this where you're commentating on things that you never like would know otherwise, just because it's so close, it's like, oh yeah, he lost like a second climbing up that wall. It's like something you'd never talk about unless if you have a race that's this close.
Yeah.
I'm getting that kind of vibe from this race. It's something I've only had one time before, and it was in a grand final match that ended up being 1 second difference. So
In the end, wow.
Yeah, like hopefully this can deliver to be exciting all the way through. Like so.
Yeah, we haven't had such a consistently close race in this tournament yet.
Yeah, there's
like,
a lot of. Go ahead.
We've had some close finishes, but no like races that were close the entire way through.
Yeah, this is kind of uncanny. Like a lot of time in Celeste.
Yeah,
There's races
they
where,
take
like,
different routes there. I think Nero's route is a little bit faster, actually.
Yeah, he goes for a harder strat. The strat's kind of nutty.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's just a lot of times where like someone's like slightly behind. They get like a death in the boss fight, or maybe on Summit that's like 6 seconds. It's like, oh wait, they're catching up now, and then all of a sudden, at the very end in Summit, they get like back together just by some magical power. But this is like actual consistent pace, like the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh no, that
no,
must have been a drop dash input. Like actually.
What happened at the end?
He just like got in the bubble and must have not got his dash input through. Like had it as he was still like transitioning, entering the bubble, and he just fell straight down.
So about 4 seconds difference right now.
Yeah, that one's gotta hurt. I understand that death completely.
Tempo can make a massive difference depending on whether or not they get the Bubstrop. Is that the official name now? First try.
I guess it is.
That's the only name I've heard people give it so far. So.
That was a nice button strat, that little reverse wave dash. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Getting that yeet. Corner boost. No double yeet, I believe. But at least you got to see one. I was just making their way to the B-side tape. Good strat from Nero. That was a nice room. Nero's strats are so refined. He goes for really hard stuff and does it consistently. Nice early cycle on that tape room. I believe Tej will go for it as well. Let's see. Yes, nice. It's pretty difficult.
Alright, so 110 getting the cassette. Was that about the same time Nero got?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And I think Nero was like a second or two ahead. He went for some like more difficult cycle skips like early on.
Alright, so here's the game changer right here. This big Temple B strat that we'll see in just a few rooms. It could cost like all 10 or so seconds if they miss it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to retry. So basically, when you go into an upwards transition, the game wants to move you onto a platform, and you can cancel that upwards height by jumping immediately.
Oh no, Nero misses it.
Yeah, so we'll watch Tej do it again. What happened for Nero to fail was... There you
and
go.
Tej gets it. Okay, he's gonna be quite a bit ahead now.
Yeah, so it's a really specific timing. You need to see. There he goes.
Okay,
nice.
Second try for Nero.
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, that's gonna give Tej like a 5-second lead, unfortunately.
Yeah, so basically what caused Nero to miss it, the game wants to force you onto the platform like that, and
oh no!
Oh my gosh, that's a really costly death. That's pretty much just as bad as feeling that trick is almost.
Yeah, he does a forward dash instead of a diagonal dash, which probably isn't as safe.
Yeah, that's just gonna push it even further, and that's like
Whoa. You know, a little bit of
super unfortunate death
hyper
too.
drink with it.
Looked really silly. Like he unintentionally held it forward just a little bit too long.
Yeah. And that's why Teach does the diagonal dash, because it kind of lines itself up.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if TGH can get a good closing section for this level, he can get out of here with a pretty substantial lead. That'll actually be really hard to make up. So yeah, like you said, this is definitely the run killer. If anything.
Oh!
There's a death.
Where did Dash go? He just underextended that hyper a little.
Alright, let's see if Nero can capitalize, minimize his loss a little bit here. Here we go. Tej in a very difficult screen, but looks to be doing it just fine. Yeah, out cleanly. Nero right behind now, though. Going for ultra strats here. Wow, his strats for this room are sick. That was really nice.
That was nuts, yeah.
He's catching up a little bit now. Man, other than those 2 mistakes, and those 2 mistakes lost him like 15 seconds single-handedly. Other than those 2 tiny things, this was an amazing 5B. It's kind of unfortunate that such small things turned it into a bad split.
Yeah, so Teach is going to take like a 5-second lead here, unfortunately. Oh!
Nero! Oh
Nero!
my gosh, no! He's all the way to the bottom. I've never seen that before.
I haven't seen that either. It's usually this feather right here that people sometimes miss.
Yeah, that's so weird.
That was weird.
I haven't seen people miss those, but that's really costly. He missed the backup one falling down too. Oh man.
I mean, that probably was his first time ever missing it as well.
Yeah,
Like...
I understand. That makes
He
sense.
probably wasn't expecting to have to back that up.
Probably as confused as we are.
DJ's just probably like 15 seconds ahead now.
Maybe more. Depends. Oh, well. Actually, no, because their timers are a little desynced.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nero is like 7 seconds further closer than he looks to be.
Yeah.
Because his
Nice
timer
ultra.
is behind.
Oh. That's a little awkward. So Nero does the Kevin version of that strat and Teach does the other one. Like, has one of them been shown to be faster, or are they pretty much the exact same?
It's actually kind of a weird strat in that I see, like, players vary in whether or not they use it, but I actually don't know which is faster.
Yeah, because the Kevin one looks so much faster just because of the amount of speed it gives you, but you also have to pause a moment to activate the Kevin.
If you get, like, the instant bunny hop into the room that TGH does, and you can immediately, like, wave dash off the middle platform, that looks pretty fast too. And if you do that, then I actually don't know which one is faster. They, like, both look good. I do the Kevin myself, just because it's kind of...
I think most people do the Kevin because it's just, like, free momentum pretty much.
Yeah, it's not too difficult.
So I'm assuming Nero does the fastball at the third ravine, just given how his time is.
He does a different version of the skip.
He does
actually.
a different version? Oh, what?
Yeah, he
oh,
goes
he's taking
to the
a
left.
checkpoint. That's interesting.
Yeah, I was confused when I saw that first too, but I timed it and it's only like a second slower. It's like actually pretty good.
Huh. And you get the checkpoint too, I suppose.
It comes with a checkpoint too, so It's safe. It loses the second. Pretty good strat. IMO. Which I don't know his reasoning for using it. Maybe having some kind of troubles with getting the original method. Because
Whoa, Nero got the very highest point possible on that block. Take the feather. I kind of feel like even though Nero might not be faster than Tej overall, he seems to be, like cut more corners than Tej does. Takes a few more risks, maybe.
yeah, he definitely plays a lot more aggressive, I feel. And that's the kind of thing that... It's the reason why he's getting so many PBs, just because when you do with harder stuff, you're bound to be less consistent, and it's just gonna take a little bit more experience before you can grind out really good PBs with stupid strats. Tej, I know, especially in races, plays for consistency and just tries to not rush himself. Kind of no reset playstyle really helps out in that sense.
Yeah. Whoa. Felt like you got a little closer to the laser than most people do.
So it is going to take something major to make up the deficit that he's in right now. Which, to be fair, it's only like 12 seconds, but TGH in Summit is a scary thing.
Yeah.
I can say that much. Nero's gonna need a really spectacular Summit.
Yeah, Tej actually got the IL world record 2 days ago, so in Summit.
Which I believe Nero generally has time save in his Summit and his PBs. It's one of his more improvable chapters, so we'll see. We'll see how he does. Yeah, 11 seconds.
Yeah, TGH got the IL world record for Summit 2 days ago, and it was probably the craziest TTS Thursday he's ever had too, so it's a very entertaining IL to rewatch.
Oh, did he get like an 8:19?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's a stupidly good time.
And he even got it while listening to all of the TTS spam and stuff, so... Yeah, like Nero's at least definitely here. He's moving faster than Tej, but he's just had some big deaths over the course of the run that is keeping him behind. He doesn't do the reverse hyper ultra there though.
Yeah, for some reason I kind of expected him to go for it.
Yeah, you can definitely expect the corner here, yeah. Oh, okay.
Came a little close there.
Huh. There's a different route through that room that I usually see. Alright. Now for one of the most punishing segments of Summit, 1500. There are 2 rooms in 1500 that could single-handedly give Nero a lead. So here's the first one.
He makes that cycle look so easy, and it makes
Yeah.
me mad because like it's
It's
so
not easy at all, yeah. Oh! That was odd. Thankfully, one of the shorter rooms in 1500, but still.
Oh
Whoa,
my
whoa,
god!
Nero!
Oh, he makes an
Down.
extra cycle early. I've never seen that.
That was ridiculous.
Okay, so yeah, in the previous room that he died in, he was setting up for an extra wave dash, I guess. He had extra ultra speed going through, and he actually cleared it a cycle earlier. That was insane. I haven't seen that strat before. That's crazy. TGH probably going for the slick little demo dash right here.
Yep. No problem, dude.
That strat is so good.
Yeah.
Saves a deceptively large amount of time, I would say.
Yeah, it's like almost a second, I think. Nero gets it too.
I think you can definitely get at least a second from it. I may be wrong on that though, but it is really good strat.
Oh, oh!
That
That was an odd way to die. I feel like he
Yeah.
could have made it back to that block at the end and saved
like-
it, but
But yeah, that's like a weird thing to have to react to. That makes
Yeah.
sense. But yeah, I was gonna say that helps Nero out a little bit. Nero is still like 10 seconds behind though. A little more.
yeah. Got a perfect IGT sync right now, though. So this is their actual
Mm-hmm.
distance apart. A very fast door skip from Nero. Whoa!
The wall bounce strat there is scary.
He does so many wall jumps on those last 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, geez. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, they're. Yeah.
Nero went maybe a little too fast on those first few wall jumps. Kind of got stuck on the corner there.
Yeah, entering downdraft still about 10 seconds apart. There's a lot of flags that can give punishing enough deaths to make this up.
Yeah.
Just have to-
Especially in updraft. Like downdraft has some fairly short flags in it, but updraft's flags are extremely long. Especially given the fact that it's harder to go fast in updraft because of how long it takes to fall, even by fast falling.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. He does that strat too. That's such a sick corner boost strat. It's like 3 corner boosts in a row after a hyper.
Updraft seems like it would be the more friendly section just because of slower pace and low gravity.
Odd way to die. That was a misdirected dash right there.
But for a lot of people,
okay, Nero's gonna take the safe shot there.
Updraft is actually the killer for 3,000 meters. It is a very punishing section. Yeah, Nero taking more time loss despite like having already a slight deficit. Oh my gosh, okay. That was a weird reaction from Teach. He missed the platform there, but climbed back up. That could have changed everything if he had missed it.
Whoa, and Nero, that climb before flag 11, he didn't even try to get the full height shot where you just neutral jump around it. He just went straight for the wall and then climbed up it as fast as possible.
Oh no. He missed the wall bounce there. That's super annoying. That, like, it's gonna take something major at this point. Almost to the point where your TGH would have to skip a flag and then die on the next one. Like, he'd need like a 20-second death.
Both runners are on sub 30 pace right now, though.
But yeah,
it's a pretty great thing to see in a race.
It's pretty hard to make up at this point in the run.
And TGH during his like practice for consistency, he's been getting pretty close to a sub 30 average as well. So just judging by the riskier strats that Nero does, his average probably isn't quite as close to his PV, but
yeah, that is going to close it out for game 1.
29-24 for TGH, and maybe like a 29-45 for Nero. Less than that. 42. Okay.
So yeah, Nero can definitely make something happen.
Yeah.
That was a close, like a really
two,
close race.
Yeah, those two arrows in Temple B alone could have won him the round if he got those first try.
Yeah, he can pull out a much more solid Temple, can pull out a much more solid Summit. Those are places that he can maybe pull through in the next race.
Yeah, only 8 deaths for TGH, 7 if you don't count the intentional death in Summit. And thanks to Demo Dash, the game is down to only 1 retry warp. So.
Well, there is.
Oh, Bub's drop. Yeah, that makes it 2 again.
For a while, we got rid of 1 intentional death, but then we put it back to 2.
So only 6 unintentional deaths with TGH.
And by we, I mean Demo Jameson, because
Demo Jameson,
he obliged the uses for both strats. He's like, guys, look, I removed this unintentional death.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Here's another one.
Nero with 2 deaths more than Tej, one of which was a huge death in Temple, so.
I'm still shook about that 1,500 meter cycle that Nero made.
That's probably maybe the fastest I've ever seen a human runner go. Like, there is Battle in Boost, but that looked like pretty much as fast as Battle in Boost.
I mean, considering you can like kind of say other things if you include like momentum off Kevin's, but he straight up just built up like triple ultra speed.
Yeah.
Just like with this crazy setup and skipped an extra cycle. That's a cycle skip I've never seen before. That was insane. Just wait till someone learns awake corner boost.
According to chat here, apparently Nero did a demo dash door skip as well. Like that second door skip did look like he wouldn't have gotten it otherwise. So
yeah, I did notice. I did notice that. You can kind of tell sometimes.
Yeah, he
I
was
believe-
higher than people usually are when doing those
Yeah,
skips.
I believe TGH does it as well, because it doesn't really lose any time, but it makes it more consistent. Because as
Mhm.
long as Madeline's bottom 4 pixels of the hitbox go through the gaps, then you're
Yeah.
fine. You have a lot more leeway if you set it up that way.
Hmm. And then that comes just down to being able to consistently input the demo dash, which a lot of people are a lot more consistent doing demo dashes to the left than to the right, since the crucial demo dash in Resort is just to the left, as is the demo dash in the all chapters run in Summit B. But those are usually the only 2 major demo dashes that people do. But then with these 2 runners, there was the uh, 2000 and 2500 demo dash, which are both to the right.
So I don't know about Nero, but I'm gonna spoil a little thing here. There is like a demo dash bind that you can do, and that's how TGH does it, and that like negates having to do the input each time.
Demo dash bind?
Yes. So, I may be slightly wrong on how it works, but getting in the next race, by the way.
Like it's not a macro, right? That's the way
Off
to do it.
tracking a little bit about this, but yeah, you can input demo dashes without like having to do the little direction swap by having an extra bind set to down arrow and doing it as you go into a screen transition, which is a thing that works, but when you have it set to a different button, you can just hold down that button, whereas if you wanted to do it normally, you would have to be holding down, and then Madeline would, like, you wouldn't be able to move her really. But,
Huh.
so you can have, like, a constant crouching state by having it on a separate bind than your actual directional controls. And it allows you to just hold right and get crouching dashes. And I believe it's done there for consistency. It doesn't really...
It doesn't cause you to do a diagonal down dash instead?
No. It does cause your dash jumps to be hypers.
Uh-huh.
And the reason for that is because hypers are caused not by the angle itself, but by Madeline crouching.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little extra tidbit of information. If you want to get demo dashes more consistent. It doesn't really make the resort demo dash that much easier, since, at least for a lot of people, the more important thing is the positioning itself for aligning the right pixel. But...
Yeah, my main problem is inputting the demo dash, and I usually get the positioning, so maybe I'll give that input a try.
Yeah, it's worth looking into. I haven't done it myself, but I've been considering it. Because that makes the 2,000 meters demo dash pretty good as well, where you skip past the little block by climbing over it.
And Nero with quite a bit of a faster city than TGH. Neither of them having any trouble with that last corner jump.
Yeah, it was really solid pace from him so far. What do you get, like a 147? I'll have to check back afterwards.
Give me a moment. I'll be back in a bit.
Okay. Nero's having a really good start so far in the beginning. Who may have lost a dash input there. You want to do those diagonal dashes in that dream block as early as possible, so that you don't go too far and then hit the right wall and die. And I think he may have inputted it slightly too early and didn't get it, so he just had to do a little backup. PGH right behind now. Oh, that's scary. But he didn't get hit. Just barely made it out in time. Missing the coin. What's he gonna do here? No! It's possible to back up, but you have to use the little roof above your head and like stall out as long as you can. Again, that's okay. Making it through that time. Not waiting for the battle lines like I figured would happen, actually just squeezing straight in between them. Yeah, that looks like a pretty unfortunate time loss from him, because both of them were just him running right into coins and then barely not touching their hitbox somehow, and not collecting them and having to go back. Which, when you have to backtrack in battle line screens, most of the time it's death. Because whenever you do really hard strats, you're setting up so that battle line is going to be running at you really fast, and it's hard to make it away in time. She just goes hypering straight towards you. It's pretty scary. So if Nero can save time and resort once again, then he can make this up. But right now he's looking at like a 6.5 second deficit, I believe. Yeah, he pulled off a really good resort last time. We'll see if it happens again. Because he really needs it right now. Okay, so I was wrong last race. Nero actually does do the extended hyper. I swear I saw him do it, but I must have not been paying full attention to his screen when it happened. But yeah, still pulls it off. It looks like each time. So, good on him for saving those like 0.2 seconds, I guess. I mean, that's what his playstyle is all about anyway. He's a very aggressive player. Both of them having a little trouble climbing through these books. The screen is so hard to do optimally. A lot of really difficult extendeds and wall bounces. That was a really good backup from TGH's end. If I had fallen down there, I don't think I would have been able to figure out something to do in time, but made it through on almost the same cycle anyway. Nice ultra through that room from Nero. That strat from TGH is so silly. I don't know how you can ever get that consistent, but scary strat. We're gonna see the underhand cycle again? Yes, we are. Jeez. Okay, TGH making it through that room that time. Nero saved a decent amount of time here in the last race, but TGH's gonna hold on to his lead this time around. Missing a coin. I spoke too soon. Okay, backs it up relatively well. And here comes key skip, mismenuing a little bit. Getting a death on it, this can even things up now. Nero now taking a lead, ever so slightly ahead. TGH taking a sort of rare death on Demo Dash. It's weird to have to say that it's a rare death, but for him it actually is. Yeah, now we have, once again, a really close race in the Oshiro chase. both making really good cycle on that screen. Oh, barely not getting hit by Oshiro there. He's gonna have to do a slower cycle here, taking a death. He fell down into the little crevice below that platform you want to land on, and that didn't give him enough time to get through before Oshiro eats him, so... Yeah, now he has to redo that room on death cycle. That sucks, but... Yeah, that was like 8 seconds lost there. Pretty unfortunate. Still a good pace for him, but that could have been amazing. So yeah, now like 4 seconds behind. We'll see if Ridge has any tricks up its sleeve. For the most part last time, this went relatively smoothly for each of them. Actually, I do remember there was one death that TGH had that he can improve on from last run. That's a bad one too. Okay. You know, it's already been noted on before by GSA, but I kind of have this thing where I try to open my mouth and say something, and then the opposite of that thing happens immediately after. So, like, maybe I should just abuse the magical power that I have for my bias here. Because every time I say something, I immediately curse them. So Ridge is actually looking to be rough for TGH. Not like a devastating deficit or anything, only a couple seconds behind. We'll just have to see if he can hold on to this and maybe pull it back in Temple or Summit. Once again, getting very smoothly that overhand strat on that screen. This Ridge is so solid from Nero. You can make this ultra cycle on the snowball screen nice. GH as well. Cliff face, really decent from each of them so far. Especially considering all the hard strats they go for. Wow. Nero's on really good pace. That is a sub 11. Pretty hot. This would be a huge PB potential run. I think it still probably is, but would be a huge potential PB run for Nero if he didn't have like an 8-second loss at the very end of Resort. That's like the biggest thing he's seen so far. I mean, I guess other than Old Site. He had one bad death in Old Site as well. Yeah, not very many mistakes for him so far, but both the 2 mistakes he made were each really costly, so it's hurting a little bit. The double. Nero with the yeet again. His consistency on that is much better than I would have expected it to be. It's really good. Getting that diagonal dash from the button again. This is a good tape time looking to be. See this fast cycle? Yes, just barely. Nice. Tej getting as well. 112 exit. This is really good from each of them. Tej getting 113, 114.
Sorry about that. It took a little longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, no problem.
At least I got here for Temple. We'll get to see if Nero can get first try pubs drop this time.
Hopefully. Yeah, they both had really good tape times. Nero got yeet again, and he had like a very good 5A throughout. He got a 112 on the exit. Let's see, Nero gets
There
it
he
first
goes.
try.
Now it's
Getting the
Teach's.
correct timing on that.
Alright, they both
2
get it
for
first try
2.
this time.
That's crazy. Okay, so this race is going to continue to be close. We'll just have to see if 5B is mean to either of them again.
Okay, Nero doesn't have any trouble with this one this time.
Good
Nor
cycles
does
from
Tej.
each of them. Each falling right behind.
Alright, so there's Nero's primary time loss last race. Already got through it just fine. So this race is probably going to end much closer than last race. T's going a little slowly through these last few rooms in the first segment of Temple B though.
Yeah, I've honestly been paying attention
Yes.
to Nero's run from
Yeah.
a PB perspective because like his pace is really good. He had a sub 11 ridge, and this Temple's looking to be good as well. So we'll have to see. Oh,
Yeah,
just barely getting the boost
yeah.
from that Seeker.
They have slightly different approaches to that room. Tej dashes through. Oh,
Oh, he didn't get the boost. That's weird. I would have
he
expected
went. He
that to
dashed
work.
a little. Yeah, he dashed a little, either a little too early or went a little too far forward.
Yeah, he was like just barely not in the range, and that's super costly. That room can be really annoying. It's like one of the ones I struggle the most with in the chapter personally.
It'll be a while
Relying-
before I run this chapter.
Relying on Seeker movement for like consistent tricks is like always annoying. 'Cause positioning them can be very difficult.
Uh-huh.
Look at this 5B! That's a 225! That's a 225. Are you kidding
What's
me?
the IL world record?
It is I believe, a 222 or 223 by Problem Straw.
He's only like.
Oh my gosh,
wow.
that's so good, dude.
That's 12 seconds better than Teach's.
So yeah, this run so far for Nero, he suffered a like 6-second death in Old Site, and he suffered like probably also a 6-second, maybe 7-second death in Resort. And that's pretty much his only time losses for the entire run that I've noticed. He's played each chapter really solidly. He had like a 242 ridge. An amazing tempo. I'm pretty sure he's ahead of PB by a noticeable amount. I remember, maybe even less than a week ago, when we saw the first sub 15 Temple split, and I just realized we almost saw 2 in this race. Nero got 1, and TGH got like a 1503. Like, imagine how fast we're progressing.
Yeah. A little iffy with that bumper bounce.
Not getting exactly the angle he wanted. Yeah, so
Oh,
just one
full
update on that.
RNG.
Update on that strat.
Whoa,
The the Kevin strat that we were talking about, it's pretty much the same speed. You get more speed from the Kevin, but with the wave dash, you can make it to the top ledge grab list. And doing both each well is pretty much almost exactly the same.
Ooh.
Nero taking a death in top route room. Gonna have to re-enter to set this up again. Dashing just a little too late and hitting the spikes before he can make it through.
And I saw in the 3 bumper room after the RNG room, I saw Nero actually got a really fast corner boost out of that room into the other room. Oh no!
He's gonna miss the cycle. He has to adapt. Let's see what he does. Okay, makes it through.
Okay, that's a good improvisation.
Yeah, and if you make a slight mistake in that bumper room, then generally what will happen is that you end up trying to pass the bumpers just as they're crossing each other, and it's really hard to try and squeeze through them.
Yeah. Such a nice strat.
It looks so good.
Like it's not faster, but it's definitely flashier.
Thinking about it, it's like it's slower, but it looks so good. And it gets a checkpoint. It's
yeah. Woo.
I feel like I'm misremembering something, but where is it that Nero lost so much time? Because TGH is making up like 10 seconds here, or more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually over 10 seconds being made up here. He saved up a little bit over 11 on this chapter. I must have missed if something major happened. Either that or TGH is just on IL World Record pace or something, who knows.
Nero got that ultra strat this time, skipping the feather. Yeah, sometimes you just end up hitting the feather and you have to use it. It's kind of hard to dodge it because you have to ultra at like the soonest possible moment. Whoa, they're a room apart now. How'd that happen? They're in the same room right now. Oh, that was a little awkward. These last 2 rooms of battle can make a huge difference if one of them dies here. Very well done.
Yeah, so Nero's just gonna barely hold on to his lead. Losing a decent amount of time to TGH in the section, getting up to the battle line fight, but having a good fight and holding on to this lead. Now we're in kind of one of those situations where you have both a really high-level match to focus on, and also focusing on the fact that you're on a PB potential run.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely on a pace right now.
Yeah, this is a 5-second difference right now. Like, Nero's going to have to get a better summit than he got last race, but if he does that, I think he has round 2.
I mean, unless if Teach's summit is amazing, last race he got like an 835, and that's still like almost good enough to hold on. And he had some costly deaths too for getting that time. I was a little surprised when I saw it, but yeah, he needs basically an 817 summit to get a 28. He's close to being on 28 pace, but just not quite, I believe. Unless if he, just played out of his mind and got IL record.
Yeah.
Because
he would need like an 8:15, right?
he was at 2039, which means
yeah.
you need an 8:20, but also there's a little bit of extra added chapter time, like maybe
Yeah.
a second and a half. So yeah, he needs like an 8:17 basically. Either way though, huge PB potential run, and also
Yeah.
big possibility for him to continue this into game 3.
That's like the one flashy strat that I see TGH go for that Nero doesn't.
Oh, the reverse super into ultra.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That one's really great.
Nero actually supers forward at the start of 1000. Oh, Teach does it too. Okay, never mind.
Such a small optimization, just to get a
Yeah.
little bit of extra distance forward before continuing. Oh, can he make this? Oh,
Oh, he does
that
that.
backup!
Okay. Yeah.
That backup was sick.
There are a few different ways to do that. Oh, that's a little awkward. There are a few ways to do that room if you don't get enough height out of that block, and that is one of them. That's not the
Yeah.
first time I've seen it, but it is one that I don't see often.
This is 1000. He's barely holding on, but
Yeah,
Still
he
gonna
lost
be
a little
able to-
time in that ascent.
mm-hmm.
Like not even a death, just a slight error that you had to fall back to the ground to.
Yeah, we're 2 seconds apart now.
Alright, let's see that fast cycle that Nero does again. I want to see it again. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
He does a wall boost off of that as well. Nuts. Oh,
That
okay.
room, okay.
That corner, yeah. Okay, it looks
Yeah,
a little
there's the
slower,
cycle.
but it's still really cool.
I mean, it took a little bit of extra time setting up, but he still got it.
Yeah. One second difference now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, little shaky there.
Yeah. Okay, now for some of the hardest rooms in 2000. Alright,
A lot of clearance there. Teach still has the berry.
yeah. I thought he would try to hold on to it. You see him do that occasionally.
So close right now. Where they both go for the demo dash here. They do.
TGH is just inching closer and closer with some slightly faster movement.
It's like half a second apart. It looks like City. It looks like City, but we're 25 minutes in. I'm pretty sure they were further apart from each other in City than they are now. Actually, no, I'm positive of that.
Yeah, this room gave Keep some trouble. Oh, they both died in the
Giving
same
both
spot.
of them trouble. Oh no. Okay.
A synced death to the same spike.
Yeah, they both get it, so not a big deal. Unless if you're focused on Nero's PB, in which he's cutting it a little close at this point. He's still on pace, but it's very difficult. He's
Yeah.
lost some time.
demo dash. Or I guess yeah, demo dash for skip time.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah, I
their
see the.
their heads cut through the doors there. It
Yeah.
just makes it more consistent because you have more leeway.
Oh, Nero's cutting it so close to the spikes in this room as well. He goes way up there. You see all those wall jumps he does on those last 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's no faster, but apparently it's more consistent for him.
Okay, good intro section from each of them, maintaining literally a 1 second difference. Nero had multiple deaths on 3000 last time around, while Tej solidly closed out his 3000 in the last race. We're gonna have to see if that consistency keeps up for Tej.
Yeah, and
if
Nero had
Nero
a slight movement error in which flag was it? Like flag 25 or something? Which gave Tej a little more, or shortened the distance between them a little more.
Mm-hmm. But
Oh,
just doing movement stuff.
Nero had to climb the
yeah.
wall to battle it, and TJH didn't. Oh my gosh, it's like a quarter of a second now.
He's just barely holding on. He's, like I said, if Tej holds on to his consistency, getting this strat that time, that's going to save him a bunch over his last 3K. He had to lose a lot of time there on his last run. Like I said, if Tej is going to maintain his 3K consistency, Nair has no choice but to just close this out, because if one of them plays this well, it's hard to really gain time back over them. You just have to hope that they don't mess up. Which Nero is
perfect
for
sync now.
a slight amount of time. Does a slightly faster strat there and gains it back.
Yeah.
The diagonal dash helping him out a little bit there. See if he can both nail flag 9. Getting that wall bounce strat Tej as well. That strat's really hard. Nero is on PB pace by just a few seconds. If he can close it out, it is possible.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna see a race with a 1 second difference? If at this rate, that's what it's gonna be.
Oh man!
Tej gets the wall boost and Nero doesn't. They're even closer together now.
It's just these tiny things.
No!
No, that's it! I don't think he can PB anymore. He's gonna have to hope for a death from TGH. That's so sad. Is that gonna close it out?
May have just won TGH the race, yeah.
I cannot believe this. Our hearts are all crushed. That's gonna be it. He's gonna lose it at flag 4. To just a slight feather mismovement. That's gonna do it. 29-11. That's gotta hurt. That has got to hurt.
I mean, Nero didn't lose like more than 8 seconds from that death, right? Like, assuming that he hadn't died there, Teach would have still won, I think. But still, it was so close up to that death.
I mean, he was ahead entering that flag. There could have been some other mismovement too, but he was ahead, like up to the point that that death had happened. So
yeah.
Like Tej got a 29-11. The time that he had entered the final section, he was on pace to beat that. He was on like 29-10, 29-09 pace. Just couldn't close out the last section. But yeah, that was incredibly exciting to watch.
That was a choke and a half right there.
Also, yo, TGH, what's up?
Hi. Let me catch my breath for a second.
Alright.
That was ridiculous.
That was, the most intense race so far.
I'm
yeah, for sure. I'm sure that was fun to watch. That was fun for me to watch on the Discord call. When I could, like, I was keeping tabs on where we were, and I knew we were extremely close, going up towards flag 3 and 2.
Yeah, you were less than a second apart coming up to flag 5.
Yeah.
And then you won just due to a single death from Nero at flag 4.
Yeah, I saw so like I could see out of the corner of my eye like the races or the screens, like both our screens. And I knew that they were perfectly in sync, and I saw like the black flash that meant a death, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like you hate to see that happen. I didn't want to win the race like that, but damn, that was I put forth 2 pretty solid runs for the most part, and yeah, that was just huge adrenaline
Yeah, like
all the way down the stretch.
a 29:30 from both the runners, like not long after like 29:30 was ever first broken. So
Yeah, I mean,
it
I've
shows
said
how
it.
consistent both of you have gotten.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The game has come such a long way, even over the past month or so, just due to some pretty big findings going on, and ways to make it consistent for the runners, and that's what makes the community great, dude.
So, yeah, I was gonna ask about that when you came in, just by your reaction that you'd probably known that you were on such a close pace.
Oh yeah.
But I was gonna say, just one of the major things about that, there was a lot to focus on because he was also on potential PB pace.
Yeah, I figured that he was. Like, I think he ended up 5 seconds off PB.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just PB'd like either today or late last night.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been playing really well, and I was pretty nervous coming in because I knew that he was hot, and I had to be on my A game, like my A+ game, to fend him off.
Yeah, like you probably haven't seen a Celeste race this intense since your race against Fladerby during the speed gaming race.
It had really similar vibes, yeah. Really similar vibes.
Just one more thing I wanted to know. That pace was kind of really created by what happened in Temples. I don't know if you saw his time during the times that you're looking over.
He must have had a really, really, really good Temple B.
I think he got Community Gold. He had a 112 on exiting the map, and he got a 225.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a Community Gold.
It was insane. It was so good. I can't believe that. Like, I'm gonna have to look into what that time exactly was. But yeah, that made things a lot more exciting.
Oh, I just saw on the playback how near, yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Heartbreaking.
That sucks, dude. Yeah, that's hard to watch. Nero, you're gonna get another big PB soon, dude. If you can hear this,
definitely on the way.
Yeah, thanks for the races. It was really, really fun to watch, and good luck in your, I guess, final match in this tournament.
Yeah. Who will you be against, or at least like which of 2 people might you be against? You're going to be either against Black Pear or M Sushi in grand finals. So how do you feel about that?
I can't get a break, can I? Yeah, that's gonna be huge no matter what. 2 really, really good runners, and of course Sushi, who I've raced multiple times before in tournaments.
Yeah, Sushi is I think the 3rd ever sub 30 runner.
Yep.
And currently number 5. Not too far behind.
And he's pushing out for a PB right now too. It may go higher. So yeah, and also GG's to Nero. He's out of the tournament, but shockingly this early, it was such a good performance.
Yeah,
it was.
He's improved so much from the start of the tournament to where he is now. Probably jumping up like a whole 10 places in the leaderboard. All right. So do you have anything else to say?
Thank you guys. Thank you to the commentators for volunteering, and
thank you to Nero if you're listening to the stream,
and to GSA for putting this on. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys have been doing really well so far.
And Nero as well. Thank you very much for the races, and GG's, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, that's about all for us. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We have
Yeah.
a couple more matches left. There's one more semifinals, and then the winner of that will play TGH. So
Yeah.
if
So
you liked what you saw here,
M-Sushi-
definitely look out for that.
Yeah, M-Sushi versus Black Pear is tomorrow at 3 p.m. EDT. And then grand finals will be on Monday at 6 p.m.
But yeah,
Yeah. And I think this is the last GSA race for tonight. So be sure to tune in tomorrow for some more great races.